River, and this is my stream on the A10 Warthog vehicle, which, after painstaking hours, I finally unlocked, and I finally unlocked all the attachments for it. So far, my preferred layout, since you can't change the primary weapon, is the air-to-ground missile, because it makes it easier to find tanks in an environment because of the lock-on. Furthermore, and more importantly, uh, you want I would recommend the repair system. The emergency DRF jammer, I'm not impressed with. I haven't really used it, but it might be good. But you already get missile countermeasures, so maybe the two makes it really good. Stealth is the first one you unlock. It's okay, but it increases lock-on time, so not good with the underground missile. The belt speed's probably pretty good with everything because it has no downside. The air sea reduces the amount of explosive armament, so instead of 2 air-to-ground missiles, you get 1. Not the greatest. It does give you some more, allow you to make tighter turns, which is helpful, but this is an attack jet, predominantly for ground targets. That's how I've always viewed the A10, and arguably that's probably how the A10 is best used, which brings me to the GA1 Hammerfall. This thing essentially halves the requirement for damaging tanks. So, or I should say, it increases the damage of each missile. I have literally 2-shot vehicles at full health with 2 air-to-ground missiles with this that have taken no previous damage. Now, it doesn't do it for all of them. You may have to fire the main cannon a little bit, but I'll show you in a quick conquest match. The map that I found worked really good for it was A10, because it's pretty open, and it's one of the few. And this jet is not on every map that has jets. There are specific maps that the A10 can spawn in. Chances are, if you've seen an A10 or a Frogfoot, it's probably going to be on this map. Alamian's just the easiest one. I tried doing it on the other, the newest map, Iwo Jima, but Iwo Jima is not the greatest because it's hard to see tanks because of the environment. Here, the gray stands out a little bit better. But you'll see in a second, as long as I get some good gameplay with the A10, how this works. So, interesting, there seems to be some sort of visual thing going on. Maybe it's when you zoom in first person, but like I said, boom, boom, it's pretty much gone. 2 and a little bit of just shooting instantly destroys. That was their AA, I think. Instantly destroys that. So Jeeps, if you have a Jeep, 1 AGM will take out a Jeep, I believe, which is pretty freaking phenomenal, I would argue. That's again with this last one that you have to unlock. Of course, I'm doing all this in AI versus player to varying results. If you crash or die, just leave the match. You keep all the progress, and then just re-queue up the map. That's the easiest way to get the attachments, I've found, and the fastest way to get them. See, I'm not going to be able to get that on this pass. Now, fun fact, one thing you need to know, see those back flaps? If you press up on the D-pad, it changes the flight mode where your air brakes are in extreme mode. This is good for strafing runs. It dramatically slows down your flight speed, and then you press up when you want to get away. It's a neat little tidbit I found out. It says right on the right, toggle air brakes, but let's be honest, how many people actually glance at that mid-flight?
We have taken more sectors than they have. Make sure
it's just it's a good idea to learn about that. Let's see if that takes it out, because I haven't really been able to hit this. Some of them, because they have heavier armor, seem to take more health in the vehicle, for all I know. Seem to take more damage than others. But the lighter armed vehicles, they can go down in 1 air-to-ground missile, which makes pretty much... I don't know if there's any other plane in this game that can take out a Jeep in 1 AGM. I only need 1 for that one. The second missile was a waste. Now, another thing is, even though it says it's predominantly air-to-ground, you can shred helos relatively quick. Is it good against jets? Probably not with this configuration. if you're gonna go fighting, if you're gonna be, I really don't feel like this is necessarily the best to be fighting jets. You can fight jets, it's just not like the best configuration for that. I mean, all in all, I feel like this is like, if you want like a ground attack jet, this is it. This is like, I would argue this is probably just as good as the Draugr. The Draugr is pretty freaking good.
We got Sector Charlie.
But I would posit I like this better. I haven't yet to unlock the Frogfoot, but when I do the Frogfoot, I'm gonna probably do a video on that, since these are really hard to get to freaking in the Battle Pass. I'll be doing a video on it if I get to it in time. But yeah, no, that so far this freaking Warthog is like the best jet in the game, I feel, just because you can slow down the freaking. A, you can slow down these. B, it does the most damage to vehicles, and because of the ground assault package, like, it's just the best jet overall for ground assault, I feel. It was a little hard at the beginning finding targets because you don't have the AGMs initially unlocked. You actually have, like, you need 25 kills to unlock the AGMs, but once you unlock the AGMs, it gets real easy to see the targets from distance, and then you can just finish up with the guns, which is how I handle things. Probably the best way to handle things. Or if you see it from far enough away, you could use the guns and then switch to the AGM. It really is up to you. It depends on the situation. But yeah, all in all, I think this is like one of the best jets in the game right now. Definitely the easiest for targeted ground support. Probably not the best for anti-air, but, you know, against, like, jet helicopters, I'd say this is still really good against helicopters. Because you can slow down, you can go slower than most of the jets. Like, I feel like a lot of I feel like the Panther is more anti-air. The Panther and the Su-75 are more anti-air than they are anti-ground, is my opinion. You can use them against anti-ground, but I feel like the A10 is much better at a air support role than both. Than even the Draugr, which is shocking because I've played a lot with the Draugr. I like the Draugr. But, you know, like... Well, anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Maybe I'll do a video on how to use the JDAM on the Draugr at some point, but for now, this is me, Dirt Forever, signing off.
Whatever objective.